Good evening and a warm welcome from Dundee Ice Arena. Tonight the hometown Dundee Comets are taking on the Widnes Wild in what is the first leg of the Moralee Cup Final. I'm Mackman and joining me for this one is Ivor McBean. Ivor, first of all, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good. We've been waiting on this game for a while. Pretty exciting day for us and for both clubs.
Yes, yes, indeed. It's a massive game for, as you say, both for Comets and for a while. The first time either team has come into a final of this standard. So, a bit of nerves, do you think, will be in the dressing room right now?
Yeah, I anticipate that. I think both teams will be a bit cagey, not knowing anything about the other side. So, I expect the first few minutes will be quite cagey, trying to get a read on each other.
Yes, I'd imagine so. Obviously, second leg's tomorrow night in Widnes. So, first of all, welcome to any viewers who are listening in from Widnes, and we thank you for your support. We're almost getting underway here with the officials coming onto the ice, but the lights have now gone off just as I was about to run through the team. But maybe for the Comets, any Comets fans who are watching this who aren't familiar with this Widnes side, because indeed the first time these two sides have actually met, there's one or two danger men to look out for. One of them, we were talking off air there, Ivor, was Volkanov's, a Latvian import who leads his Wild team in goals.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few highlights of him in the last week particularly, and yeah, he seems to be scoring goals for fun at the moment in that league. I know he's just stepped up there, you would tell me, but he seems to have settled in well and looks like a real danger tonight.
Yeah, and Richard Hagger, who leads the team in points, and he's one of a very strong contingent who's made their way to Widnes this season from Hull, so another danger man there for the Wild. Yeah,
and we'll see how the Comets defence cope with that. It's not had many games in the league this season, so some of them have been quite easy-ish victories on a scoreline basis, so we'll see how the defence stand up to some real competition tonight.
Yeah, and another danger man I would say for the Wild is Thomas Stubley, a former Hull Pirates player who's got quite a few points from the blue line this season. For any Wild fans out there who are maybe not so familiar with the Comets team, well, they're very much led by import goalie Tony Tammy, who formed an almost impenetrable barrier against the Whitley Warriors in both games this season.
Yeah, he's been incredible for us. I mean, it's a gamble. You play an import goaltender, and you can't really have any other import on the ice at the same time. But it's a gamble that's certainly paid off. The dividends for us. He's been a brick wall in the net all season so far.
He certainly has. And let's not cast too much on the defensive side, because the Comets are very good offensively as well, led by youngster Johnny McBean, but also alongside him the experienced John Dolan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to pick individuals, but I think all three lines this season for the Comets they're all putting points on the board week in, week out. So yeah, it's one of the main parts of our play is we can score goals, and we know that from every line. So.
Yeah, so a lot of depth there. Obviously early days in the SNL campaign, of course, but so far 3 games, 3 wins, the only team in Scotland to have a 100% record and indeed unbeaten.
That's actually 4 games and 4 wins now, but yeah. So yeah, we're sitting 4th in the league, but as you say, we're unbeaten, and the teams ahead of us have played more games. So yeah, hopefully we carry that unbeaten streak running. And next week's a big week for us as well. We're a double header against the league leaders at current Aberdeen. So yeah, this weekend a big weekend, and next weekend followed up a big league weekend as well. So.
Yeah, and obviously because of the COVID restrictions that's delayed the start of the SNL campaign, the Cup has been a welcome distraction for the Comets, hasn't it, this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an exciting time for us. A lot of the players have never played at this level before, test themselves against teams they've never played. So yeah, it's quite a good number of youngsters in the Comets team as well as the experience, so it's good for them to test themselves against tougher competition they face up here quite a bit of time. So yeah, been really exciting, we've really enjoyed it. Look forward to this weekend for a long time. It seems ages since we qualified, but yeah, really looking forward to this. Exciting.
Yeah, it certainly is, as both teams make their way onto the ice. Just running through how both sides got to the final. The Comets were in a group with the Solway Sharks. They lost to both of those games, beat both games against Billingham, but against the Whitley Warriors was kind of like a quarter-final in a way, because it was those double headers which really proved the difference as to who was going to go through to the semi-final.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to the last 2 minutes of the leg down in Whitley Bay. Ultimately, I mean, yeah, it was a cracking double header. Actually, it was a good game up here. I mean, Tony in net was a brick wall that night. He got a shot out. We got a three goal lead and went down to your place, and you guys I think only needed to a draw pretty much and some other goals and qualified, but we grabbed a goal in the last few seconds and secured a win. So yeah, it was an exciting weekend.
It certainly was, and obviously the semi-final that wasn't against the Solihull Barons, it was obviously very disappointing, having worked so hard to get there.
Yeah, I mean it was disappointing. And ultimately, we just wanted to be playing hockey, because at that time we still haven't played many hockeys. I think we better be quiet. The national anthem's coming on. So.
Indeed, yeah. Well, even as an Englishman, I always think it's a very evocative soundflower of Scotland. It's when you come to Scotland, you must hear it before at the start of a hockey game.
Yeah, I think it does. It certainly stirs the heart more for a Scotsman than the other national anthem will say, or most Scotsmen anyway.
Well, I've got to say I'm not a big fan of God Save the Queen either, so I much prefer listening to Flower of Scotland.
We'll avoid politics,
and that's even as an Englishman, I'll have to say that. So both teams almost ready for the puck drop then, and last couple of instructions really. This one is going to be well, it's not going to be decided tonight, of course. The second leg is tomorrow, but it's the old saying, you can't win the game tonight, but you could lose it. So I'm sure, as we were saying before, both teams are probably going to want to keep it tight this evening and within a goal or two of each other. Yeah,
very much. I think both teams will want to take the advantage into tomorrow, but I think primarily they want to keep the game alive for tomorrow. So a win is good for either team, but as long as either team goes into tomorrow with a goal or two differential, the game's wide open. So yeah, I think we're in for a good tight game tonight, to be honest. Set it up nicely for tomorrow, hopefully.
Yes, it certainly will. As officials just coming over to the timekeeping bench, just checking that everything is in place, and the non-starting players going back to their bench. It's as said before, first time that either of these sides has played in a cup final on this level before. The last time this was played, of course, was the Murrayfield Racers beat the Whitley Warriors. Another Anglo-Scottish matchup this evening, and it is going to be the top line for the Comets that starts. Johnny McBean will be on centre, the experienced John Dolan on right wing. I'm just trying to see who's out on the far side. I think
Lewis McIntosh.
Yeah, it is Lewis McIntosh, who is the regular left winger on this line. For the Wild, the Volkanovs is out on the left wing, and Jay Robinson looks like he's going to be taking the face-off. And it is the Comets who come out with it straight away, get it back to the blue line. Dolan just gently passes that into centre ice, and then McBean searches through the centre of the ice, straight at the heart of the goal. Couldn't find a way to get his shot off, and the Wild will get it clear. We drop back and straight.
I think we've got a penalty coming up.
I think there was a delay on the penalty yet, and it's going to be on the Comets early on with that breakaway. We saw the first glimpse there of the Wild and that explosive pace they have on the break, and this is going to be a big 2 minutes to kill off so early in the game.
Yeah, should have been disappointed with that start to first shift.
So it's McIntosh who will sit in the box and gives the Wild their first opportunity to play on the with the man advantage. And it's the Wild who comes out with it. Volkanov cross to the far side, shot from distance. It flashes just across the far post, and it will leave the zone, forces the Wild to retreat. Stubley, who is third in scoring for his Wild team in the league. A lot of offence from the blue line, and it's him who's carrying it forward now. Really quarterbacking this first power play unit for the Wild. Gauchi just couldn't gather that one in for the Comets. Out wide to Volkanov. He's looking to switch the play out to the opposite point. So just bounced up a little bit there on Joe Greaves, former Blackburn Hawks player. So it comes back out and the Wild will gather deep in their own zone. This is good work this by the Comets, who are forechecking well here. It's Michael Ireland, the former Edinburgh Capital, who is putting the hit in. Now the Wild carrying it forward with Volkanovs. Once again, tries to deke his man, comes back inside, but can get the shot away, and then the follow-up, no goal, they're saying. Nope. He was halfway away to celebrate, I think, there. But
Tammy got it, I think.
Yeah, it was Barlow who was celebrating, but the official very clearly waved that one off straight away. But as we know with Tammy, he's very difficult to score against, and once again he had that post covered off low down. Wild with the draw. Wilcox is open, but it's going to be Charnock, who thought about shooting initially, gets it out wide to Robinson, centred it back in. It's going to be Haggart, who quarterback to play from behind the goal in Gretzky's office. Off the boards to the far side. To a point to Robinson. His shots charged down. He didn't get too much power on it initially anyway, so Wild setting up here and they've scored. And that was a textbook move. And it was Daniel Haid, the German import for the Wild, who breaks his deadlock early on.
Through the gap at the near post.
Well, we said, Ivor, that it was going to be a big 2 minutes, and that's going to give the Wild a lot of momentum here early on.
Well, hopefully it'll waken up the Comets. It's a lot of hockey yet to be played. So.
Yeah, and it's going to be the top line back, ready to go again. Comets raring to go. They want to get back on level terms early on here. But it's the Wild who come out with it once again. Comets though, and got it into the zone where they need it. Dolan couldn't control. It's gathered back in by Matthew Barlow. Off the boards up onto the far side to Joe Greaves. And a shot from McBean, but that's going to be gathered in by the Wild. So we're going to face off in their zone with just over 2 minutes gone. And this is a positive response by the Comets, who having given them that early power play goal, will want to tie this one up. McBean with the draw, wins it, gets it towards Dolan, but out-muscled a little bit there by Brearley. Across to the far side, Studley will leave it. Wild with a wide pass there, Charnock couldn't gather it in first time. Forces Tony Tammy to leave his crease. McBean gets back well. He's looking to carry it out, and he dekes one man and then slips it forward to John Dolan, who picks up the slack here, carries it into the zone. Nice spin around as he gets his shot away. Allows the Wild to clear, but it will come all the way back down for Tammy.
Icing it is.
Yeah, it's waved it off.
So waved off.
So back come the Comets. They'll build from deep in their own zone, out wide to McBean. One way then the next. That's good defensive work though by Brearley, who's tangled up a little bit with the youngster. And then a big stand-up hit there by the Wild. It was Wyatt on Scott. Comets then take it behind their net. Just going to get set here. Ring wide pass out onto the left wing. It's Gauchi who's darting towards goal, but didn't receive the pass as the Wild will pick this one off and look to counter here. Attempt of interception there. He still got the shot away, but it was saved, and now back come the Comets. Wilcox releases out onto the far side, but both sides going for line change. It's a little bit scrappy in this. Around his man Ireland. Sends one in towards goal, gets a shot away, rebound, and again they're hacking away at it. But it was a very smart stop there with a bit of handbags afterwards as well. But the puck was there to be won, I think. And well, intensity's just gone up a little bit now.
Yeah, it's a bit end-to-end at the moment. Both keepers getting brought into the action.
So we're going to face off to the right of the Widnes goal as they look at it. And to the the Comets who will come out, but they'll have to retreat. Hamilton, whose pass is almost picked off. It's flicked on by Donaldson to Simpson, fires, good blocker save. Good up on the far side, it's going to be carried out from deep in the zone by the Wild. Good
forecheck with young Dan Donaldson.
It really was, yeah. One of the youngsters on the team, Donaldson. Simpson turns, gets a shot away, couldn't really get too much power in it, but gets it in on goal, and we'll get another face-off. But it's a strong line, this one, and Simpson, who has had a stint with Dundee before, but most recently was with Murrayfield Racers, I believe. Yeah,
he was with Murrayfield, came to Dundee, headed back to Murrayfield. I think he headed down south or somewhere for a brief period at races, and came back up and rejoined the club.
Comets get set then in the Wild zone. Dolan in the high slot, trying to get a shot towards goal. Geddes will step into the play. McBean had to stretch for that one, gets a shot away. Turned aside though. And the Wild desperately trying to get it clear. A lot of pressure is from the home side now. Comets gather on their blue line. Nice saucer pass out to Dolan. He dumps it back in.
Didn't quite read the pass coming.
Yeah, Charnock was quick to pounce on that one, but once again Dolan read it well and helped out his D. Collecting that loose puck. Geddes. Cross-eyes pass. And the shot coming in, it's in the back of the net. And it's a brilliant shot. Yeah, Lewis McIntosh with the finish. So just over 5 minutes gone then, the home side back on level terms. But it was an emphatic finish and a lovely bit of play from that top line of the Comets.
Yeah, it's last 5 minutes, been a bit end to end and game on again.
It certainly is. That's an important goal, I feel, that they got back on level terms as early as they have.
And hopefully that'll settle them back down again. And
Puck drop, we're back underway. Britton couldn't hold on to it. It's going to be gathered by Baxter. Oh, McGiffin, sorry, yeah. Collected at centre red by Lee Kemp. Brown helping out. See Wild, who are looking now to respond, who are trying to get themselves set in this Comets defensive zone. Picked off by Gauci. Yeah, clever play by the experienced Swiss-born player who is a naturalised Brit.
That's 92 from 33.
Gathered by Wilcox, slips it forward nicely to Volkanovs, who gets a shot away, forces a save and the rebound by Tammy, who just pads it away. Yeah, Ireland now racing up this right wing, looking for a passing option. Comets couldn't keep it in, they'll have to retreat here. But it'll be an icing call on the Wild, yeah, so again, keeps the pressure on the Wild in their zone. This has been a really positive response by the Comets, having given up that early penalty and then ultimately the power play goal. But actually, no, I think it's a mistake here by the officials because we're going to get a face-off at centre ice. I didn't think it was necessarily an ice, and it was more of a stray pass. But anyway, it's we're going to get the face-off at centre ice. Volkanovs will come out with a loose puck. He will set it into the corner for Hagger to chase after. Comets looking to break here. Donaldson's got some spaces in behind the D. He's 1-on-1 with a goalie. Can he finish? Gets his shot away, but it was a smart stop though.
Yeah, good block actually. Good break from Jan Donaldson.
Yeah, Harrison Walker was
on the other end.
Between the pipes, and yes, at the other end now, end-to-end stuff here. It's two very evenly matched sides as we were expecting here this evening, and the rebound comes to Robinson. He's still swiping at it, comes back to a point. Big wound-up shot here by Stubley. And the Comets just about get it clear from their zone with about 7 minutes gone here. Collected and carried into the zone by the Wild.
It's been a pretty end-to-end frantic game. So.
It really has, yeah. And any neutral viewers out there, I'm sure you are enjoying this back home. Collected by the Wild, who will look to get going once again. It's Charnock who sidesteps one and then two players, almost going coast to coast here, looking for a cut back to Brearley. Loose puck in and around the crease. Comets looking to scramble it clear. Brearley will step into the play once again, setting up nicely here. The Wild kick save by Tammy comes back out, and the Comets will look to clear. Collected in the neutral zone by the Wild, who will just use this opportunity to dump in and make the change. Back come the Comets. McBean, lovely give and go between him and Dolan, and again to the experienced Scott, who fires.
Good stop again. That was
a great glove save there by
nice play in the build-up, but a good stop again by the keeper.
Yeah, Harrison Walker with the save. Has had a short stint with the league, what was then the Leeds Chiefs a couple of years ago. So he's had experience at a higher level, and obviously a lot of viewers will probably remember his days with the Blackburn Hawks. He was always a good young goalie with a lot of promise. Well, he's proven it even more so with the Wild this season. Wilcox looking to carry it out wide, but he does find Haig, the German-born input, cutting in from the right wing. And it's going to be the Wild who collect, but then they can't gather. It comes loose to McIntosh. Lovely pass out to Dolan, who just fired over. This line though really clicking, as you'd expect. McBean was actually behind the goal, looking to find his man once again. Brown's rushing in here to help to just come off the bench, or I thought it just trickled wide. Dennis in the back of the net. McBean set up lovely there by Dolan. And it's those two again. It's great understanding between those two.
Yeah, the lines clicked well. I think, like I said, biggest assets this year is all three lines are clicking well, and they're all putting points on the board. So. But yeah, no, that was a good shift.
Yeah, it really was, and well, having gone a goal down in the first 2 minutes of the game, the Comets now find themselves 2 goals to 1 up. Comets looking to build something up along the boards with Ireland. Can't control, but he'll slip it out wide. With a shot coming in from Brown from distance.
Decent shot from Ben Brown.
Yeah, lovely glove save as well by Harrison Walker. Will keep the draw in the Widnes Wild zone though. Looks like Hager is going to take this draw. It's going to be a lovely pull back there, and Galchi was just firing over. Comets very much in the ascendancy right now, but we're Wild, as I say, we're Wild on the break here. Volkanov's looking to get away, and he's shooting and scores. And it's 2-2.
Okay, Josh Hamlin lost an edge, slipped there on the play. Good finish.
Yeah, he had that space, Volkanovs, which you don't want to give him, but he checked back, and it, as you say, good interception almost by the D. But I thought the chance had gone, but Volkanovs obviously had other ideas. And it finished a very good shot in the end, and just like that we're back to all square, and we said this final is living up to expectations. Back with the Wild. Tom Brearley with a shot that's going to just about bobble out, but be covered up by Tony Tammy. Of course, these two sides meet again tomorrow evening down in Widnes, and Finnish-born goalie Tammy, whose national team are actually in the Olympic final, so I wonder if he'll be able to squeeze that in the small hours in between resting up.
Goal number 2 for the Widnes final, scored by number 13, Vlad Volkanovs.
Really placed up the boards, picked off though, and now the Comets will look to counter. Donaldson couldn't gather it in, but he will chase it off the boards. Really does enough just to get it clear. Barlow slips it forward to Greaves. Geddes will come back and try and clear it. It won't go any as far as Barlow fires. Deflected shot goes up into the netting. But yeah, I mean, no sooner had the Comets taken the lead, but back come the Wild. And I think this could be the story of the weekend, really. There's not going to be too much between them.
No, it's set itself up nicely. Both teams are wanting to go for it. They're both playing offensive hockey, end-to-end stuff.
Carry it out here. Tipped back in by Lee Kemp. We are in the Widnes side of the rink, so it's a very vocal travelling support here. The Wild have travelled well in numbers. We're almost at the midway point of this first period. It's tied at 2. McBean wins the draw, gets it back to a point. Just fans on it there though.
Yeah, Drew Rumgate fanned on it and they get called a trick there, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty on the Comets here.
Number 4, Drew Rumgate.
So, again, we're going to have to try and kill this one off. It didn't go to plan early on in the period, but Rumgate will take a seat. Momentum just starting to swing back towards Widnes now. Comes back to a point and Stubley switches the play to Volkanovs on the left wing. The Latvian looking for passing option. I don't think he's going to take a shot from there. He doesn't. He sends it rink wide. Stubley still open. Play into the right corner now, the right wing. Reeves calling for it. Barlow slips it to Stubley, who's carried on going forward into that right wing position, gets it back to the point, and then Stubley again, back to Barlow, to Greaves, who's going to cut in from the left wing. Tried to control that with the blade of his skate, but good defensive work by the Comets. Played up the left wing side. Stubley, got a bit of space here, fires, there's traffic, rebound. Scrambling Tammy there, just got a mitt to it, just was able to palm that away. Played up the right wing, comes back through. Still Joe Greaves, I think, who's the puck carrier here. And back out wide now to Volkanovs. Off the boards to Stubley. Barlow's open and calling for it, but they're trying to play it back to Volkanovs, as you can imagine, leading goal scorer for the Wild. Back to Stubley, fires, there's a rising shot.
Again, yeah.
I think it was a vital interception there.
Got a leg to it.
Showing that experience, I think.
Yeah, no, they got set up better on the defending the power play there. They allowed them to pass it about, but 2 shots on it so far. So we'll be happy if we can continue that. See out this one, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, 42 seconds left on this Wild power play. Haid takes it into the corner, collects the rebound. Out wide to Robinson. It was a nice cushion pass trying to give a return, but Comets will get it clear.
Good forecheck by Mike Harlan.
Forces Harrison Walker to leave his crease. Into the corner now for Wilcox, slips it forward. Charnock will take up the running. Into the offensive zone now, hands it forward, but picked off nicely there by captain Billy Baxter. That one is yeah, nice long clearance.
Penalty, I think.
That should do it, yeah, I think you're quite right. Rumgate's back into the action. So Comets able to kill that one off. Haggart drops the shoulder, gets a shot in on goal and
get the line change.
Yeah, just to be covered up there by Tammy, but opportunity for both sides to change it up here.
Yeah, the Comets will be glad they managed to see off that penalty and keep the game on level terms and get back to 5-on-5.
Yeah, that was a really big kill that for the Comets, because you just sense, having gone 2-1 ahead, the Wild had just tied things back up, and then they get that momentum with the power play. But good answer, good response that by the Comets, looking to get it clear out of the zone. It will come out now, but the Wild still in control of it. Barlow with a lovely pass back to his blue line. Donaldson, when he comes off the boards, it's really tips back in by the Wild. Good to see Bez Hughes back out there on the blue line for the Wild. He was injured earlier on in the season. He was co-commentating with me for a Warriors Wild game early in the season, so good to see he's recovered from that in the new year and he's back playing. Tipped back in. Stubley or Gather. Walker in 2 minds about whether to come to get that, but cleared off the board. Haid to Wyatt, who just about gets the shot away, but again it's cleared away. Nice interception there, really. Along the boards, couldn't control. Clears the zone. Stubley now will gather deep in his own zone. Clears it only as far as Geddes, who clears it off his goal. Yeah, it was not what he intended, I'm sure. Into the corner there with Dixon's open, he'll get it up along the boards. Can he get round his man? And Wilcox has done well there to stick with him. Now McIntosh carries it in. Just misunderstanding there a little bit, almost ran into each other. It's just unfortunate. And that was going to come back down for Geddes to gather. Takes it behind the net. Yeah, Robinson can only dump it back in though. Tried to find Volkanovs, but McBean will gather onto that in a flash. Lovely pass out wide to Dolan, who I don't know what tripped him up there, whether it was his own skates or Roger, the official, who sort of distracted him almost. As Comets will go again. McBean to Dolan. Dolan, whose shot comes back off Robinson. McBean with a drop pass. Dolan sends it around the boards. And he's still linking up well again. McBean,
good touch from the winger.
Yeah, I can see what he's trying to pick out Baxter there, but Volkanov's presence of mind just to keep his stick on the ice and deflected it away. Baxter with the hip check. Wild player rode it though, continued his challenge. He's in the back of the net, and the Wild then back in the lead here, and it's Barlow with the finish. So
obviously disappointed with that. Got a free shot in front of the crease.
Yeah, a couple of loose passes there, and the Wild clinical in finishing that one off. It's Barlow with the finish, and they lead 3-2. What's been a seesaw opening 15 minutes or so here.
Yeah, they want to settle back down and get the next goal again, momentum swing back their way again. But that was a good goal, well worked, and good opportunity in front of the net.
Wild took it well. Hughes will get it forward to Barlow. Goes around his man, gets a shot away. That's trapped between the pads. He'll get a face off in the Comet zone. But edging towards this last 5 minutes of the opening period. It's a long weekend though when you think about it. 6 periods of hockey, and you have to sort of break it down into these smaller passages of play. But at the moment, it's swinging from one way to the next.
Goal for the Widnes Wild, scored by number 89, Matthew Barlow.
It's confirmation of that goal. Ireland collects in the neutral zone, but good work there by Barlow, the goal scorer, carries it into the zone, but can't keep it in. He's looking to dump it back in. That hits the referee and falls for the Comets, who carry it out. But just as I say about the Wild, dump it back in. McGiffin collects. Ireland's got back to help out. Put a lot of mustard on that pass off the boards, and we'll get an icing call on the home side. It's a little bit of frustration perhaps creeping in here, but Comets just need to settle down, get back to what they were doing, what they were playing. Fantastic hockey 2 or 3 minutes before that equalising goal.
Yeah, undoubtedly, I think settle down. There seems to be a few loose passes, and maybe he's getting a bit edgy.
Yeah.
Settle down, play the hockey.
Ireland straddling that blue line, collects it in, tried to feed Galchi there, the Swiss-born naturalised Brit. Was at Merrifield for a while.
Geddes.
Yeah, Geddes with the shot from distance, padded away by Harrison Walker. Still with the Comets off the boards to Geddes. Wine one up again, tried to get it through traffic, but one too many Wild shirts there, helping out to block that shot. Now Galchi will slip it forward nicely for Ireland. Ireland trying to get round Brearley.
Good bit of sustained pressure.
It is, yeah, it's good responses from the Comets. Couldn't keep it in though. And Haid closing in on him as Rumgay gets there first.
Good play by Rumgay. Another poor pass.
Yeah, Haggart again picking that one off, but good, very good on the forecheck, the Wild. That one just going to creep over the line, forces Kemp to backtrack. Very much almost like a Laidler all-star team, this Wild team, when as Volkanov takes a shot and you think about the makeup of it. Yes, they've got that core group of Wild players that won the second division championship back in 2019, but there's also a huge contingent from the Hull Jets who won it a year later, and then previously to that, the 2018 champion Altrincham aces. There's a couple of players in there from them as well. So stepping up this level, they really scouted that league and picked up the best players from their other rivals, and it's forged into what has been a very strong side this season, which continues to get better, I think, as they mesh together. Kemp squeeze along the boards. Comets looking to get it clear. Donaldson's open for a pass, but it's going to be played out to the left wing instead. Shot coming in off the boards. Baxter thought about stepping into a play, but then had to retreat with Hagar on the puck. Winds it up, just flashes wide of that post. Gathered by Simpson, who flicks it in. Walker will touch it up, but then leave it for his D. Charnock trying to get it round his man. Baxter hammered it in, has to leave it because it would have been a hand pass, I think, inadvertently. All the same, though.
I think the two of them were offside as well.
Yeah,
it hadn't been a hand pass. So.
Indeed, yeah. It's carried into the zone here. Charnock stretching for it there. Just couldn't gather it in. The former Steel Dogs and Leeds forward. Charnock again. Big challenge that by Baxter. Big hit. Will leave the zone with less than 2 minutes remaining in this opening period. There's Hughes playing it forward. Picked up off the blue line, but then Barlow intercepts on the red line. Back from the Wild, and Dolan will gather the loose puck. He'll look to carry it forward. Mr. Hockey, really, of Dundee. Looking at his career, started at the Dundee Tigers more than probably 23 years ago now. I don't think he'll thank me for reminding him about that, but fantastic player. Played at all levels with various Dundee sides, with the Stars, a long time in the BNL and the Elite League.
Spent some time at Fife as well.
He did, he had a season there, yeah. A great servant to the game, and very much a great servant to hockey in Dundee, as Scott. A couple of swipes at him on the way through Dolan, and it's just scrambled clear. McBean was get the shot away.
Just couldn't dig it out and get the shot off.
Yeah, it's a good response that by the Comets. They can score pretty goals, but they don't mind mixing it up as well in and around the crease, and that's what we're trying to do there as we get a face-off in the Wild zone. And here the Widnes back in, I'm sure, back home. So they've travelled in numbers as Rungay couldn't quite gather out one in. Stubley looking to get it clear. Still with the Comets though. To Gauchi. Really sticking with him like glue. Letting him turn and allow him time on the puck, because he's a quality player who will punish you if you do. Bit of a tangle up on the near side. Rungay, I think, was impeded perhaps. As a Wild look to counter. Haid will carry it himself. Yeah, good defensive work by the Comets. Gauchi, I could see what he's trying to do there, but Wilcox wouldn't let him get past. That's the buzzer gone, and well, I mean, that was a very fast-paced 28 minutes of hockey.
A period of hockey, I think. Wild have edged it on the scoreboard, but I think on the ice it's been a pretty end-to-end even game. I think all still to play for in the next two periods.
Yeah, and well, the Wild congratulating each other and Harrison Walker as they go back. They realise what a big 20 minutes that was.
Harrison's had a couple of big stops there to keep the scoreline the way it is, but similarly at the other end, Tammy's had a couple of goals as well, a couple of saves as well. So,
that's right. Yeah, anyone who's listening and back home wants to get in touch, please do so. We'll be happy to read out any announcements. But if you're enjoying the game, please let us know. I'm sure there's plenty of neutrals tuning in, as well as Wild and Comets fans, and I hope you've enjoyed it. It's certainly been entertaining for us, and I think I used the word a seesaw opening 20 minutes, but that's exactly how it is, isn't it? One team to the next.
End to end, they've both been up and very level, and Wild finished it back in front. Look forward to the next two periods, or the next 5 periods actually.
Well, indeed, yeah. Well, we are going to take a short break here. Please do stick around though. We will be back as soon as the players are back out onto the ice, so we'll be seeing you again in around about 15 minutes time. Thank you. to Dundee Ice Arena then, as we currently have the Dundee Comets 2, Widnes Wild 3, and Ivor, well, a seesaw battle in that opening 20 minutes, the momentum swinging from one team and then the next, and then back again, and there's not going to be much separating these two sides at the end of it.
I think it's been another period of pretty much the same we could expect. I think we both thought it might be a bit cagey to start, but it really wasn't. They just both went for each other straight from the face-off. So.
And some great hockey into bargain, so any neutrals watching, I'm sure you're enjoying it, and as I say, please do get in touch if you would like to. That was good.
To the calls.
As we get ready for the puck drop of his second period, and just a quick run through then of how the Wild got to the final. Well, they started off their campaign with a 4-5 defeat away at Blackburn, but then reeled off a series of wins, 4 straight wins, one of which came in overtime before losing. It was a dead rubber really to Solihull in the end, but finished second in the group and then saw off the all-confident Solway Sharks, which is no mean feat. Something that the likes of the Whitley Warriors haven't achieved this season. So an impressive way to get to a final for the Wild, is it?
Good opportunity. I think it's in the keeper's pads.
I think it is, yeah. Good stop. I don't know how much he knew about it because he was looking behind him as well. We will get a face-off in the Wild zone then. It's going to be Jonathan McBean on the top line to take the draw for the home side. It's going to be the Wild that come out with it. Sends it around the boards. They'll get it clear, will the Wild, but collected by Rumgay at centre red. Tips it back in. Wild bounce it off the boards, just get it clear, but Hager having to drop back there to help out his D. Finds Volkanovs. He'll carry it forward now. He's going to run out of space here. Too many red shirts back, and indeed his shot does deflect up into a netting, so we'll get a face off. But, tentative start by both sides early on.
Yeah, pretty much the same. It's been in both zones again.
We've got a face off to the right of Tony Tanley's goal. It's a Wild who just about come out with it here. Scott thought about going towards goal and then left it. Ball with the Wild to Wilcox. Forward at the line. So Barlow had an impressive opening period, scored the third goal. Cycling it well here, the Wild. There's a big cheer there. I don't think anyone actually was anywhere near him when he went down.
No, I don't think there was much in it.
No. Shot comes in from Gauchi. Took a little time just to get set there, but he got his shot away, a low drive, but a good save by Harrison Walker. Charnock doing well on the forecheck there, just keeping his stick on the ice, just intercepted it. Yeah, Barlow carries it in, picked off though by the Comets.
Chance to break, no, that's slack on the pass.
Fired back in from the point by the Wild. The boards further forward there, collected in the neutral zone by the Comets, just looking to build from here. Brown tips it on, Donaldson will chase, forces Harrison Walker to play it here, which he'll do. Wild looking to get it clear, reflects up off the boards, it will come out the zone. Tangled up under the skates there, the puck. And that one will be dropped back in. Tandy will gather, takes it behind the net with Wyatt closing him down. Billy Baxter will have to step up a gear there just to get onto that pass, and he does so, gets it clear. Collected by the Wild, not quite sure who the number 83 is. I think that's a shirt change in the break. Stubley carries it through with Donaldson closing him in onto the boards. Comes loose, the Wild just about getting clear here with Stubley.
Oh, Gary Simpson.
Yeah. Simpson carrying it forward now. 1-2 off the boards, collects his own pass. In for a cutback perhaps, he'll get it to a point. Big wound-up shot by Geddes, forces the save.
All held again by Walker.
Yeah, he's not going to give up a rebound there with a Comets player closing him in, but smart stop because it comes from distance, a bit of traffic there as well. And we're going to face off in the wild zone. Puck's dropped and it's won by the Comets. Back to Geddes, winds one up, fires. It is,
well,
yeah.
Recovered well again.
Just fell nicely under the pads. He lost sight of it, but it's one of them instinct ones where he just dropped down and the pads had it covered. Very talented goalie, Harrison Walker.
He's shown up well tonight. Been busy.
Yeah. He's had a lot to deal with, and well, he's answered a lot so far. No change in the scoreline in this second session so far. Rumgay slips it forward into the corner. Wilcox will gather. Comes back out. Attempted clearance, wouldn't quite clear the blue line. It'll go again with Rumgay off the boards to McIntosh. Good work by Robinson, trying to disrupt that pass there. Shot coming in.
Good save, good shot, good save.
It really was, yeah. Lovely wind-up shot that. Hager up on the right wing, slips it forward to Volkanovs. These two very much the danger pairing for a Wild. And then Robinson coming at the back post.
Cover up, yeah.
And that will be gathered in there.
Both netmen are showing their worth.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, it's like I keep saying, two sides are evenly matched, two very good goalies. It's a lot of good explosive offence, and it's been reflected in the play we've seen so far. Not a great deal of difference between the shots either. There's 11 shots on Comets, 14 on the Wild. Karnak has it in the corner now for the visitors. Lovely delay pass there, just gets it towards goal, but it will come all the way back out. And Barlow will gather. Slips it forward. Good reaction save by Tony Tammy. Brown not too happy with that shot afterwards by Greaves. I don't know how accidental or deliberate that was. I'm not going to pass comment or judgment on it, but he certainly wasn't happy about it. I like to think it was just accidental, but anyway, nothing really much boiled over other than that. And we're going to face off in the Comets zone. Won by the Wild. Hayes' shot is deflected up off a Comets leg into the corner. McGiffin will get it clear to Michael Ireland in front of a Wild bench. All he can do is tip it in, and that is going to be nice and cool, yeah, correctly so. So it brings it back down into the Comets zone. Got a face off. It's going to be to the left of how Tony Tammy looks at it. To the right-hand side for you viewers back home. Haid looking to get the pass back to Stubley, but it's intercepted well by Brown. Going to go around Stubley, but well defended that by the former Hull Pirates player. Gauchi drops back into a corner. Had elite league experience with the then Edinburgh Capitals. Most recently been playing with the Murrayfield Racers, but with the rink problems they've had over the last year or so, he's a very welcome addition to this Comets side, brings a lot of experience and skill.
Yeah, he's been a strong addition to the squad this year.
He certainly has. Haig gets a shot away, flicks out of the glove of Tammy. Haid, who's played for the Chemnitz Crashers in the 4th German division, the DEL Via, I think is what it's known as. Wind-up shot there by Hager, blocks well low by the Comets, and BT. Caught in possession there a little bit, the Comets, but they'll soak that one up and look to counter. Nice pass forward there from BT to Simpson. Well defended by the Wild though, as BT tried the reverse pass. That's going to be picked up by Robinson. Flicked on, and Baxter will retreat and gather. McGiffin's open, but rings it around the boards instead. Robinson will select.
Nice spin.
Yeah, it was got a shot away, had his back to goal. I think he was trying to shoot as he was turning. That one goes into a corner. Volkanovs once again collected by the Comets. Beatty, nice pass in this by the Comets as they work their way out. Donaldson with a shot. Just deflected up. I think 9 times out of 10 that would have just flown into the plexi behind, but it sort of got caught up in the air there from the elbow of Harrison Walker, but kept it in the zone. Big hit coming in there from the Wild. A little bit high, but I don't think anything untoward. As McIntosh and Barlow collide.
I didn't see much in that at all, to be honest.
No, I mean,
It's
they're
a
saying
stretch
interference.
to reach them, but I'm not sure there was much in that at all.
I think the puck had maybe just been released a fraction of a second before, but he was committed to make the hit. I think it would have been a harsh interference call personally, but obviously the Wild are going to be shouting for everything, same as the Comets will be if it was the other way around. But, from a neutral, purely neutral point of view, I'd say it was a fair call, or non-call, you should say, as the Comets gather centre ice with Dolan. He can't control. Barlow now getting it towards goal, but Geddes will snuff that one out.
Scott Geddes.
And then Rumgay to Dolan. Looking up, passing option here.
Good interception, critical interception.
Yeah, good defending there by the big tall number 83. So I'm not quite sure who that is because that's not the number he started in the first period. I'm pretty sure of it, and there's no 83 listed on the team sheet. Dolan couldn't settle low. Good physical play there by the Wild. Charnock cutting in from the right wing, fires, kick save by Tammy. Charnock again. Collected by the Comets. Going to get a break on here with McBean. Gets a shot away. Yeah, forces a save.
Get the shot in, but
back come the Wild though. Played up the line to Charnock. Scott goes with him. Didn't settle there for the Wild. Now Scott to regather, and he'll look to carry it out for the Comets. He just left his stick a little bit early, didn't he? Fanned it on it a little bit. Yeah, Stubley carries it back in. 1-2 here. Cut through the crease. And Wild looking to punish every little mistake going right now. That wouldn't sit for Britton either. Brown looking to cut in off the left wing and flick it into the corner. Kelty will chase, forces Harrison Walker to play it. And now Haid slipped it to Wyatt. Just sort of bounces off him, wouldn't gather in. Ireland collects from the end board.
oh, that was right.
Yeah, high and late. I think Orwin could have a fight here. And he's got to be careful here because we've seen penalties given out this week of the Blackburn Hawks. He wanted no part of that, but unfortunately it was a bad hit.
He looked quite hurt actually. He's got to the bench, threw his helmet off, got on the bench.
Yeah, Michael Ireland who was caught. It was a bad late hit. And you do have to be answerable to that. The Wild player dropped down pretty quick. Be interesting to see what call is going to be made here because unfortunately I think it could be negated by that the Giffen penalty. Yeah, the Giffen's gone. Well, that's going to be a huge loss for the Comets, but you make a hit like that, you have to be answerable. And Joe Wyatt is.
I'll be honest to see what the call is here. It might have been a hit to the head.
Yeah, well, he's certainly gone to the box, so there's a penalty on that. Waited to see what happens, but well, I'm sure viewers, if you saw it in real time, did it look as bad as what we thought it did? Because we obviously have seen it once, but it looked bad to me. It was high, it was late, and there was a lot of force behind the hit as well.
It wasn't a nice hit.
No, and whether you're for or against fighting, you have to be answerable.
No,
and I think
going.
Wyatt's gone.
He's actually going as well.
Yeah, check to the head, he's got to go, I think.
Yeah, so I think he's called it to the head and he's out.
Yeah. You have to be answerable to hits like that, which is why McGiffin went for him. But I think he turtled and maybe to try and even things up. But either way, both teams have lost a player here. And,
I think the refs have had a pretty decent game so far tonight. I mean, they've they've called what they needed to call and let the game play.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
You think that was a fair call on both sides?
yeah, I don't think you can argue. Particularly, it looked like in real time it looked like a high hit. Looked like a high hit to the head, and yeah, there wasn't much discussion before Carl McGiffin decided he was something to answer for the hit.
Yeah. It's, well, there's scraping the blood off the ice here now, but yeah, as you noticed as well, Michael Ireland, he slung his helmet. He was clearly incensed by the hit, and it wasn't a good one.
He's on the bench holding his nose, so I think he did get caught quite high.
Well, and the fact there's blood, I think, is the spot where he was hit rather than where the fight was.
It tells a bit of a story itself. So.
Definitely, yeah. So
I think the game team can argue with the calls, to be honest.
That's right. Well, we're going to have Donaldson sitting the penalty for the Comets. And there's got to be, I would have thought, somebody, well, it depends what's called, of course, but one would assume if it's a major penalty, then the Wild will need someone sitting on the bench as well. And indeed, yeah, someone's going in. It is Ken Armstrong, who I don't think has had any ice time so far this evening. But one would assume those will be coincidental majors. And it looks, well, I'm trying to see in terms of numbers, it looks like we are going to go 5 on 5.
Yeah, he's just indicated to the benches.
Yeah, well, that's, as I say, good. I think, as I say, a fair call in the way that event played out. So they're still scraping some blood off behind the net. So I suppose that's when Michael Ireland got up and skated away. He was probably dripping blood. So could take some time, folks. I do hope you'll stick around for this one. It's the first period of end-to-end action, lots of goals, lots of action. Second period so far with well, just under 9 minutes played in this second period.
I've seen him working on him on the bench, trying to get the blood stop, so there must be a bit of a cut there.
Yeah. Yeah, so as they continue to clean the ice up, coming up to 9 minutes gone in the second period. It's no further goals, but has definitely been well, fiery with that couple of big late hits, and tempers are going to fray. Of course, a lot on the line when it's a final. These two sides never having met before, so it's not that traditional rivalry that you would get from having played on a regular basis.
But it's a game both teams want to win. It's the biggest game in either club's history.
Indeed it is,
They've both said that themselves this week, so yeah, both sides really want to win it. So.
They certainly do, yeah. It's a lot of blood there, still scraping it off.
Yeah, I think it's where he skated to the bench.
Yeah, it would have been. It's, again, anyone back home who perhaps aren't so familiar with the Dundee Comets, it's a privilege being working with the Whitley Warriors. We have come here for the last couple of seasons, but for those not in the know, they originally started life as the Perth Panthers back in the in the 90s, and even before that, I think. When the new rink opened here, this new Ice Arena was built in 2000, and opened around then. They relocated to Dundee, became the Camperdown Stars, which was essentially the junior sort of team to the Dundee Stars, who were in the BNL at the time, and now obviously rebranded, renamed as the Dundee Comets.
Yeah, obviously the Stars are still around, but they're the Elite League.
So indeed they are, yeah.
And the junior setup is still called the Dundee Stars.
Yep. But it's great for guys as well who can develop again, who perhaps aren't going to be, because the Elite League we know is dominated by imports, so it's a good chance for local Brits to play and continue to play senior hockey.
Yeah, and for us, this is the benefit of tournaments like this, where you get to cross borders and play other teams that you don't normally play week in, week out through the season, test yourself against the better teams from the other leagues.
Well, that's right.
I think quite often up here we're kind of our leagues discredited a little bit, and I think we like to maybe try to put that a bit right and actually give ourselves some credit.
Yep. Well, certainly from my experience with the Warriors 2 years ago, the Warriors were beaten in the final by the Murrayfield Racers, and this season, well, they didn't even get out the group stage because the Dundee Comets eliminated them. So it shows that the level, how high the level is in the SNL, and you know, obviously the Warriors champions 2 years ago, and they're currently second this year. That's a good barometer to measure that success, really.
You know, I think it's important for the guys to see that. I know that.
Yeah.
Like disparaging at times. The way that the SNL is referred to, and I think that it's come on a lot in the last couple of years. In a few strong teams, with Aberdeen, Paisley, the Tigers, ourselves. I think there's teams that could all compete at that level now.
I quite agree, yeah. And I'd certainly be in favour of more Scottish teams being regular visitors to Hillheads in Whitley Bay. And you always get some cracking games, and we've certainly got one here. As Comets looking to cut inside there. Lovely big hit coming in on the boards. Rumgay can't keep it in, tangles up with his man, Dolan gets back. We'll listen to the announcements. Yeah, match penalty for a check to the head.
Match penalty for check to the head at 28:43.
Yeah, that was on Wyatt. So check to the head as we called it, match penalty. So
Dundee Comets number 51, Cameron McGibbon, also receives a match penalty for fighting at 28:43.
yeah, match penalty. Well, we pretty much knew that anyway, didn't we? But the check to the head's an automatic 6-game suspension, so I don't think Wyatt will be having any action anytime soon. As kick save from Tammy.
The match penalty, an automatic 1-game ban as well. I'm not sure. McGiffin might be missing tomorrow now as well.
Might well be. I think that might get assessed differently, but certainly a check to the head is usually a 6-game suspension. And a bit of frustration there. Again, a non-call.
Got a penalty on the plate.
Yeah, his helmet come off and on the hit. A little bit of frustration. He did deliver a cross-check onto his assailant, so that's why he's been called for the retaliation. But it was missed, perhaps, the one that removed his helmet. But anyway, it allows the Wild a chance to play with the man advantage. Once again, we've seen them already score early on in the game from that position. Stubley. And back inside here is Volkanovs. Shots charged down, good work by BT. Getting down low to block that shot. Brown touched it well as well. Trying to get it forward, they'll dump it in on goal just to get it down.
That's 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Yeah, confirmation of the cross-checking call on Rumgay. So retaliation for the hit which removed his helmet. It's gathered in, almost chested down by Brown as he gets it clear. Yeah, and then some precision that dumps in on goal there by the Comets. That's going to count as 2 shots on goal there. That's not bad when you're short-handed at all. Yeah. To be fair, it's forcing Walker into making them saves. It's keeping him honest. As the Wild look to try and build from the back on, it just flashed across the goal there. Couldn't convert the Wild. It's a good opportunity for them. Barlow for corner to Charnock. Geddes comes across to break that play up. And then Simpson will carry it out. Yeah, trying to eat into his clock. He'll hold on to it for as long as he can. He's drawn a penalty, yeah.
Yep. I'll play Gary Simpson.
Yeah, so, well, it was a good shift from him, wasn't it?
You have to be careful there. He was risking a penalty himself after the play there.
Yeah, you've got to be careful.
Still having words.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, Simpson having a word with Stubley, and then Wilcox as well with a shove.
No, he's not calling it, is he?
It's
need to calm down and get past this period of anxiety and settle in the game again.
You do, you're right, they do need to calm down a little, both sides really, because it is starting to fire up a bit. But again, from a viewer's point of view, it's exciting stuff. And we're just past the midway point of the game, so a quarter of the way through this weekend for these two sides. Puck comes loose, but we'll get a retake on the puck drop. The official's not happy with something there. So we've got 4-on-4 hockey for the next 45 seconds, and then we'll get about a minute 15 of the power play for the Comets as Wilcox gathers off the ball. It's going to be dumped in. In the end, it's a good pass. As I said, could have been called for icing, but Charnock gathers, he chased after it. Clever set play, really. Haggart trying to get himself free there. Scott comes across, really, to Charnock, pokes it forward to Haggart. Haggart out the corner with Geddes closing him down. Looking heads up play there, looking for a passing option, but Great defensive work this by the Comets, just sticking to his man.
Passed him off well there.
He did, yeah. Really was looking for the attempted pass.
Good defensive work from the Comets, and we're back to full strength, so power play now.
Yeah, that's right. So, man advantage for the Comets, but they're going to have to watch this break here by the Wild.
Caught in a line change there, I think.
They were a little bit, yeah. Hayde across to Rumgate. Of course, it's difficult, isn't it, when you've got your penalty killing unit on there essentially, because it's a 4-man unit. To then go on a power play, you will want to switch it up. Goldcheat on left wing, back to Rumgate, fresh out the box. Hayde comes across though and just breaks that play up once again up along the boards.
Yeah, good work from the German.
Yeah, one-time shot from the Comets. Lovely little setup.
It's Callum Robertson, I think it is actually.
Yeah, it will be. Maybe Michael Ireland changed his shirt.
Oh,
he's wearing 25, so I'm guessing he's changed his jersey.
Yeah, that's Michael Ireland. Yeah, he's changed his jersey.
Yeah, because of blood on the jersey. Yeah,
spare jersey on.
There's Brown. Oh yeah, Scott Brown on the back. But it's of course yes, it is Michael Ireland. Getting set as they've killed this one off in the Wild just as the Comets were looking to get set.
Yeah, they did a good job killing off that penalty as well.
You did indeed, yeah. Geddes winds one up, comes back off the boards into the corner. Good work this by Ireland. Stubbly going in to close him down. Dolan looking there to.
Good work from Ireland there.
Yeah. Tussling well. We've got two players with him. Yeah. Shots charged down there.
Broke in front of the net again.
Yeah, clever work that by McBean. Bit of a shimmy as he went through there as well.
That puck held up and a bit of snow there, I think. Trying to cycle it.
Yeah, it is collecting a little bit now as we're in the latter stages of this second period. Volkanov's trying to get a stick on the end of that clearance.
Good touch.
Certainly was. As the Comets will drop back. Brown. Slow, patient build at this by the Comets, just trying to get control of it, letting the puck do the work. Dolan comes off the left wing, he can only dump it in, there was no real option there for him initially. Covered in by Hanger. Again, he didn't really have a passing option, he can only send it around the boards. Come all the way back out for Dolan. So he dumps back in. 5.5 minutes to go in this second period. No change in the score since the end of the first period. Brown, his pass is tipped off by Britton. Gilbert, I think he's going to take that at full position that Wyatt's vacated.
Quick thinking from Tammy to miss out the first guy.
Yeah, and McBean looking to get through there. Some nifty stick work there as they try to get it clear. The Wild
got the first man.
Gilbert carrying it forward. I think he's definitely taken Wyatt's spot here. Through there.
End to end again, though.
It is end-to-end stuff, yeah. There's Backham, the Comets racing down the right wing. Good defensive work there.
That'd be a nice call, I think.
By Murray. Yes, indeed it is.
Good period from the Comets there.
It is, yeah. We've seen two very different periods here. The first one was all about goals, end-to-end action. Well, I suppose you could say it's still end-to-end, but obviously the main talking point will be that physical play that we had 9 minutes in. There's that one.
Lynch is out of play.
It is,
yeah. Off the corner of the glass, I think.
Is that going to be... so no, it's not going to be a delay of game call, is it? Normally it is if it's cleared from the defensive end of the ice. Simpson will take the draw for the Comets. We'll just about come back for Beattie, sends it around the boards to Simpson. Or just through the legs of Donaldson, who was looking to shoot. Yeah. Wild will just about get it clear.
Beattie getting his body in the way there.
Simpson gathers. It's a shot away, it come off the sleeve, I think.
I'm not sure he knew much about it. He was in the right place doing his job.
Yeah. Simpson again on the right wing. Looking to get it back, but hold on to it for the time being. Wild have bodies back in numbers. He can't control. Wild will look to break out here, and it's a lovely back out wide to left wing.
Oh, good play. Well played from Drew. I think it's called a penalty on the play. He took the puck. I'm not sure what the...
Yeah, well, he took the puck and the man, so I don't know what come first, but...
I think my home bias was saying it was a good play there, I think, but...
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But no, I mean, it's hard to see when it happens so fast like that whether it was man first or puck first, but the officials have said that it was definitely an infringement by Rumgate. So once again, Wild back on the power play.
Penalty for the Dundee Comets.
It's a big one here, the last few minutes of the period.
Yeah. Dolan gets in, gets a shot away on the short-handed play. Eats into that clock a little bit. First 15 seconds done. There's a Wild look to build again. Carried in by Hager. Leading point scorer for the Wild this season.
Caught in possession.
Stubley from the point, looking to shoot here. Deflected up on away by Dolan. Robinson to Hager. Banked off the board. Just one clear. Yeah, Stubley fires from distance, deflected away. Still with the Wild though as they're getting set here in the Comet zone. Dug out the corner. Yeah, the Comets will get it clear this time with about a minute left on this Wild power play. Sent across to the opposite corner now. Wild pegged back a little bit here. And they go again with Volkanovs now with the line change completed. Volkanovs couldn't sidestep Galchi though, who's got a poke check in there.
Done well to stick with him.
Baxter digs it out the corner. Caught in amongst the feet there of Hager, keeps it in the zone. With Greaves coming in on the far side. Back to Greaves once again. Shots, kick save, good save by Tammy. Gets it away into the corner, away from the danger area. With about 20 seconds left on this power play, it's going to be a big clearance by the Comets. Gathered by the Wild, dumped back in with 8 seconds now left on the power play. Just about kept in there. Kill this off, but Greaves shoots, it's come loose.
Loose though,
yeah, bouncing puck, but it's still with the Wild. They'll keep the play going. Off the boards to Volkanov behind the net, gets a cut back. Greaves though, he gets a lucky bounce there as I thought the Comets would pick that one off.
Chance to clear his own.
Goldcheek looking up for some
support. Got a line change from the penalty kill, I think.
Yeah, it is. It was just, I think he just noticed that he'll have to hang on to it. Back to Scott, who fires from distance, comes back. Declares it in and tied it up with Donaldson.
He'll be delighted with that goal.
Johnny on the spot, but he read it well and his momentum took him into it towards the crease, and with Harrison Walker giving up the rebound, he was there to slot it home.
Yeah.
What a time to get the equaliser.
Great time to equalise from the Comets' perspective. 1 minute 20 left in the second period. They'll be looking to just keep it that way for going into the break now.
Yeah, that's perfect response.
Yep.
Perfect response by the Comets.
Yep.
As they'll go for a quick line change then.
It was an important 3 minutes of penalty kill and equalised just within the first minute of coming out of penalty kill.
Yeah, absolutely massive 3 minutes this for the Comets. I mean, I don't know how much of an advantage having home ice is anymore, but psychologically you'd want a bit of a cushion to take to Widnes tomorrow from the Comets' point of view.
I think there's got to be some advantage on home ice. I've not been to Widnes personally, but I believe it's a much smaller ice, so it's probably much smaller than we're used to playing on.
Yeah.
Up here, most of the pads being big pads at this end.
Aid couldn't clear it though. He'll go again. Forces the glove save by Tammy. Yeah, I mean, the Wild managed to get a draw against the Solway Sharks in Dumfries, but of course won the home leg. So there's nothing to be sniffed at. Getting a result in Dumfries isn't an easy task by any means.
No, it was impressive. It was certainly a result that got everyone's head lifted here. We know what type of team and how tough Solway are to beat. The league performance shows it.
Absolutely,
Look at the table. Yeah, it was a massive result for them.
Well, considering not long after that,
chance to break.
Yeah, 2-on-1 break here, on man rush. Brown looking for a pass, he'll go it alone, no. Delayed pass. Widnes will get it clear, but it's very much the Comets in the ascendancy.
Feel they should have done better there, but he got the shot off, the keeper did his job, stood up.
Yeah, I mean, he did have that passing option to Brown if he'd looked up, but you can't blame him in that position. You probably want to take out responsibility.
Joe could finish, he knows he could finish, so he took that option, and unfortunately for him, Walker stood up to it.
Yeah, it was a good save. But, well, as we said, Ivor, another absorbing, really, 20 minutes of hockey there. Very much different to the first. But, the big talking point was that late hit on Michael Ireland, which saw a bit of a scrap after both sides have lost a player for the game. Yeah. But really getting that goal with 1:20 left in the period is huge for the Comets.
Undoubtedly, that was an important end to the period. Taking a penalty, which I didn't see what the original call was for, but he didn't seem happy about getting a penalty for his reaction to it. So killing that one off and getting a goal immediately after that, finishing the period 3-3 rather than potentially 4-2 down. Penalty.
Yeah, in many ways this break's come at the wrong time, because the Comets were just starting to get the upper hand once again, but you know, we're expecting more in this third period.
Yeah, again, great. Yeah, look forward to it. It was another good period, end to end, a bit of action, a few penalties taken. Yeah, and obviously it was another good period. From the Comets' perspective, they'll feel the happier. They came out behind, they went back in level. So I think that probably reflects it. They killed penalties well and took the chance that came along. And they carried on testing Walker in the net. So yeah, no, I think they'll look to that as a good period. Hopefully build on that from forward.
Certainly did. Well, once again, we're going to take a short break. Please do rejoin us in around about 15 minutes time. Thank you. Dundee Ice Arena. The game is currently tied at 3. Had a very entertaining opening period, 5 goals split between the two sides, end-to-end stuff. But then in that middle period, not so many goals, but a big hit which drew an ejection and a fight which followed it as well. So some talking points there, as these two sides have acquainted themselves nicely ahead of the second leg tomorrow. And for all you watching live now, hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. There will be highlights going out later on this evening, we're hoping, so do look out for those. And tomorrow evening in Widnes, Basson, British American Sports Network, they will be covering that game for you, so please do check out their highlights as well. So we're trying to, between the pair of us, I think covering this two-legged final nicely. Great coverage for these two sides, and of course they deserve the attention as they're here on merit, and there's not much separating the two sides, so a great encounter, I'm sure, for tomorrow evening as well as tonight. 12 seconds gone off the clock then in this third and final period for this evening. It's a two-legged affair, as I said, so it'll be the combined scores for tonight and tomorrow night's game which will separate them. As John Dolan drops back, sends it across to Rumgay, sends it up the line, gathered by Tom Brearley. Flicked on by Volkanovs, had a couple of swipes at it though just to get it in there. McBean sends it out wide left through the legs, trying to pick out Dolan, but had a little bit too mustard on that pass, I think, from McIntosh. Rumgay has to drop back here, but Volkanovs gets in behind him. The cut back, yeah, and a follow-up shot went behind Tammy. It come loose, but they managed to get it clear.
From Geddes, so picked it up off the line and swept it away.
It did, yeah, and again almost Volkanov's in once more. It's this slick surface following the ice cut, and I'm amazed the puck didn't just find its way in there, but shot from distance, coming back off the boards. Kick save, rebound, kick save again. Double save by Tony Tammy, still with Volkanovs. Back to Wilcox. To the Latvian Volkanovs, sends it around the boards. Very much the danger man for a while. Volkanovs, leading goal scorer by some margin. Back to Wilcox, to Britton. Delay pass to behind the net. Wild start in this period, much the brighter of the two sides. Out to Wilcox, who's had a bit of space but was quickly closed down by Dolan. Read the play well there, sensed that danger just to close his man down. Still with a Wild though, trying to get set here in and around the Comets goal. Yeah, they'll be tired out there now. Difficulty is trying to get it done, isn't it, without leaving yourself exposed at the back. Dolan trying to break out here. That will certainly give the Comets a chance to change some personnel.
Caught on the change though.
Almost.
Comes the other way again.
Good save by Tammy. Wilcox falling in, sprayed the goalie a little bit there, and that's why we've got the shove in.
Start from Widnes to the start of the period.
It is, yeah. We've just over 2 minutes gone. They're very much the start of this one in the brighter of the two. It was the Comets who ended the second period the better. So again, momentum swinging one way to the next. And it's going to be Wild who come out with it. The draw there, I think it was from Hughes who took the draw. Number 83, we're led to believe was TJ Hughes.
Keeper's moved, the ice will be waved off.
Yeah, Harrison Walker leaving his crease. It's hard to believe he's still as young as he is. He's been in and around the league for a number of years. Started at Bradford, and he's, as we said, a few seasons with Blackburn where he really made his name.
He's had a good night, the young keeper, quite impressive for a 19 to 20-year-old.
Yeah, he really is, yeah. And I think that was one of the reasons why the Wild wanted to get a hold of his services for this season. Much sought after. And he's repaying that faith in them so far. So we get a face off to the right of Walker's goal. Puck dropped, it's won by Gauchi. It's a bit of a heavy cut back there, it comes out the zone, so Comets will have to retreat with Wild breaking out. Played up the boards to Brown. It will come a little bit short. He'll just have to hack it along the line there to Gauchi. Comes to Bez Hughes. Barlow flicks it on to get it clear. Scott. Loose pass, but it's seized upon by the Comets. Gathered once more. Attempted cross-ice pass picked off. But still Charnock had some time to flick it back in. Gauchi getting there just ahead of Barlow. Score of that an emphatic third goal for Widnes towards the end of the first period. Brearley's open, he receives the pass from his defensive partner. Turns and looks to go again. Barlow just trying to get out of his way as he dumps it in. Scott will gather, leaves it for Brown in the end. Stubley fires in from the point. Widnes looking to get set again. Hager comes off Volkanovs, took a wild deflection there towards goal. Stubley. Those three on the ice, the three main scorers this season. Picked off nicely by the Comets, so back they come with Simpson.
It's like the Comets have moved Ben Brown back into D to cover the gap left from McGiffin. Thrown out of the game, so
he's someone who can play both positions, and as he said, Ivor is slotted back there. He's going to leave him short at D, and it's a shame because offensively is good as well, but covering what the team needs best, and that means the cover at D right now. Hager off the boards, sends it around. Volkanovs will leave it. It's going to be gathered on the far side.
Hamilton.
By Hamilton, yeah. So it looks like does he come in perhaps on the forward position? No, he's on D, isn't he? As well? Yeah, I know early in the season against the Warriors he played in a forward position. Simpson to Geddes. Hamilton up the line towards Donaldson, picked off by Britton. That's offside, yeah, good call.
Close call, but I think the linesman got it right. I think
he did, because it looked like Britton was in front of behind the blue line in the neutral zone, and Hayden just straight offside. So good call that. Almost 5 minutes gone then in this third period. Hughes flicks it around the boards. Gilbert looking to try and gather. Dolan in the high slot, trying to get it away to McBean. Good toe clearance by Walker.
Couldn't collect it. Nice play again with Dolan and Johnny.
Rumgate out wide. McIntosh tucks it in. It's going to be added clear by Walker.
Shouting for an offside, it was close, but
Brown from distance. And I guess as a forward, being able to pound on the blue line, it gives him a chance to really wind up them shots from distance.
He's got a decent shot, Ben, from the point.
Yeah. So we're going to face off to the right of Harrison Walker's goal, to the left as you're watching it on TV. 5.5 minutes gone in this second period. Still Comets 3, Wild 3. Won by the Comets. To Dolan, to McBean, can he finish? Yeah. Good save by Walker, smothered the chance, just closed down that shooting angle. Rumgay collects on his own blue line, sends it across to Geddes, played forward. It's going to be Brearley who will gather from Walker. Dolan.
The momentum swinging again.
Past to McBean, he's in the high slot. Can he get a shot away? Yeah. Brearley throwing his body on the line there.
Still there, loose spot.
Yeah, it's behind the net now. Widnes have got a lot of bodies back. Stubley trying to get it clear. It will come to Scott. He's in a bit of space. Sends it back in. A flick by Dolan. That will force Walker into a save though.
That momentum swung again.
It certainly has, hasn't it?
Typical of the night, been both ways, swinging both ways.
Yeah, I've got to say, I wish I was going to Widnes tomorrow to see the second leg. It's an absorbing contest, as I said earlier. And, well, I mean, if scores are still tied at the end of tomorrow evening's 60 minutes, we will get overtime and penalty shots, and I wouldn't bet against it. The game between Whitley and Murrayfield 2 years ago was a cracker. That went into overtime, with Chris Boyd netting the winner in overtime. A poor giveaway by Harry Harley, which really gave the Racers a chance to win it in overtime, and they took it. So we could see that again tomorrow evening. There's not going to be much between the two sides. Wilcox off the boards. Volkanov stretching for it, will come back out as the Comets clear. Gathered by the Wild deep in their own zone. Stretch pass, which Robinson's not going to get onto. Forces Tammy to come out of his net. Comes loose. Off the board, sends it around. For Baxter, he's tussling well. Gauchi will help him out there in his own zone with Volkanov's closing in. Geddes just has to be careful here. Volkanov wins it back. It was a cut back, but Ireland helping out. Comets desperately trying to get it clear here now, but Wild doing well to keep it in the zone for as long.
Offside, made it back.
Yeah, just in time. Britton forward to Volkanovs, who cuts in from the left wing as he loves to do. Comes off the shoulder, I think, there of Tammy. Shot from distance again. It's turned away by Tammy behind the net. Comets looking to carry it out off the boards towards Ireland. Yeah, I keep have to remind myself he's wearing a different jersey.
Ireland with brown on his back.
Yeah. Doesn't take much to confuse me, to be fair. So, yeah, the number 25 jersey wasn't in use this evening, which is why he's got to wear it. It's the blood shirt, as it were. Hamilton gathers. He will check back. He just loses his footing, but had time there to get away with it, with Ireland helping him out. Ireland with a stretch pass to Simpson. He'll send it back to Hamilton. Simpson carrying it in. Looking for a passing option. BT hit the goal frame, I think, the bottom of the post, yeah. Hughes gets it clear. It's going to clear the zone.
That might be an icing, is it?
It's got to be. Yeah, and indeed it is, with 11:31 left in this first leg. We'll get a face-off. It's going to be to the right of the Wild's goal. Indeed it is. Simpson will take the draw for the Comets. It's Matthew Barlow to take it for the Wild. Draws one.
Blocked.
Yeah, it was blocked. They'll get a second attempt. The Comets to play it in. It's
nice play.
Lovely play by Simpson as he reverses, comes back through.
Good stop again.
Yeah, great defensive rear guard action. I think it's Bez Hughes who got the block in, and then Haid on the right wing.
Strong work from Ben.
Going to be kept in nicely by Stubley. Simpson finishing his hit, and then gathered by Gilbert into the corner. Comes loose for Simpson. Comets looking to carry this one out. And the red tide just surges forward. Simpson is going to be picked off. And there's going to be a penalty here on the Comets as
BT getting a slashing call, I think.
yeah, Greaves carries it in, but yes, it's going to be a penalty again. And with 10:35 to go, then BT will take a seat. No real arguments there. I think we both heard it as well as see the slash. But once again, it means his team are going to have to kill this one off at a crucial point in the game. Face off to the right of Tony Tammy's goal. Comets looking to break out here. Oh, what he just kept in, that was right on the line, that was marginal. Geddes banked it off the boards, that's hit the referee, but back with the Comets, they will finish the clearance. Comes back down, that will kill off the first 15-20 seconds of this penalty kill. Back come the Wild with Volkanovs racing down the left wing. Stubley, back to Volkanovs. Volkanovs again. Shot coming in from Greaves, charged down. McIntosh will gather. He'll have to go it alone though, just to eat into the clock.
Eat into the clock there.
Yeah, delays the dump in and then goes back to the bench. Did what he had to do.
Change.
Yeah, get some fresh legs out there for the Comets. Did the right thing. Volkanovs comes back. Kicked clearance, won't clear the zone though. Greaves fires with deflection, and then they'll hack it clear once again with just under a minute left now on this Wild power play. Gauchi flicks it in to McBean, cuts inside. Oh, he just got away from him.
Looking for a call, but
yeah, Stubley
sure
coming in. He certainly took a piece of him there. Officials say no though. So,
but it's eating the clock again.
It certainly
Scored
is.
an opportunity, but no goal, but it's eating time on the penalty.
Yeah, with just under 30 seconds to go now. Every time the Comets can get deep into the Wild zone, that's eaten into that time that the Wild have got to play with. With under 15 seconds now, BT is primed and ready to come back into action as McBean looks to go it alone.
Nice
Lovely pass.
Oh, good stop again.
Yeah, good rebound though.
Caught on the break here though.
End to end again, back to full strength now, the Comets. Shot comes in, it's looped up with a good pad save by Tony Tammy.
Over even-handed again. It was a good. Oh, I think it might be offside himself. Put yourself offside with falling.
Yeah, it's a penalty on the
And the
Wild.
power play the other way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I thought BT just blew a tyre
yeah,
there.
I didn't look much in it to me, but
In fact, he's going for embellishment, I think. I think they've got a penalty each. I definitely saw him point to two players.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Wilcox has got a tripping
I guess we'll
call.
see what the call is. Did he get tripping? It didn't look.
Tripping on Wilcox, and I believe embellishment on BT. So, I mean, to me, it just looked like BT blew a tyre. I certainly don't think he was looking
He
for
just
it.
stepped out the box.
Yeah. And they're having a discussion there. They're
both
both looked perplexed, aren't they?
They know what they.
Yeah.
Why they were.
There was a wry smile there from BT to Wilcox, as if to say, "Well, did you trip me? Did you connect with me? Because I think I just lost my balance." And I think that's what really did happen. But well, if that is what happened, then I suppose the two penalties have cancelled each other out.
Just be quiet. He's going to get yourself more.
Well, BT's certainly not happy, and he's having a chat with the referee Roger, who's saying that's enough. But yeah, you can see they're still continuing the discussion. Wilcox and BT, they're having a laugh about it. I think they are just. It's called good natured. I think they're commiserating with each other here as the shot comes in from Studley. Hacked clear, swept clear, in fact.
Yeah, nice call, I think. Even-handed for him.
Yeah, of course it will count as icing because they're at even strength, even though they're playing with a man short each. So it's very rare that you get an embellishment call these days. I can't remember the last time I've seen one given, to be perfectly honest with you.
I don't think there was much in it either way. I think he thought he was falling. I didn't see much of a trip, and it looked like he just kind of went his length.
Yeah, honestly think he just lost his footing as
great
queuing up at the
good
back
chance,
post. Stubley with a follow-up, flashes wide, 8 minutes to go.
Good opportunity.
2 minutes for embellishment.
Yeah, embellishment call on BT, yeah.
That's 18, 2 minutes for embellishment, 1:38.
Volkanovs has to check back with good forechecking pressure by Simpson. Putting Stubley under pressure now. To Really to Volkanovs, who will carry it forward. Gets a shot away, I think. Maybe Rumgay just got a piece of it there. Gathered by Charnock. Switches the play back to the left wing. And Hughes, and it was poked clear by Tammy. Simpson now on the left wing, who looks to carry it out. He's got Ireland with him, who picks up the slack, carries it into the zone, gets behind his man, gets a shot away, straight into a bread basket row of Harrison Walker with 7:07 remaining. 45 seconds left on the coincidental minors. So we get a face-off to the right of Walker's goal. Gary Simpson, by the looks of it, to take it for, no, it's not, it's McIntosh in fact, number 92 for the Comets. Geddes collects on the near boards, hits the referee straight into the ankle. It's got in the way a couple of times this evening. There's Mr. Rogers. Gathered by the Wild. Barlow back there tangled up on the on the far boards even. McIntosh looking to get it clear. Covered nicely at centre red by Geddes. Cross to his defensive partner at the left wing side.
Both teams back to full strength.
Covered in by McIntosh with another penalty. It's got to be on the wild.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Holding. Yeah. So with 6:17 to go then in this first leg.
It's got to be, he's still demonstrating his previous penalty with the referee.
Yeah, he is. He's still not happy, BT, is he? It's going to be a rare power play opportunity this evening for the Comets. It's going to be Barlow who takes a seat then for this one. Can the Comets convert then on this power play? I think it's the first 2-minute penalty they've had, isn't it?
So yeah, I think the only other previous power play was a minute left
That's
over
right.
from when there was 2 penalties.
Yeah, shot from distance, collected by the Wild, and they just about get it clear. Forces the Comets to retreat and rebuild. That's going to be dumped in, they'll give chase. Really looking over his shoulder before we blast it clear, but kept in nicely by the Comets. And McBean, yeah, goes towards goal.
Just can't get his stick free.
Caught between the skates there.
Yeah.
Dolan coming in. Charnock, and then
picked up
McBean's flattened there. That could have been a call on another day. Seen them given. Charnock switching the play out wide right. Picked off, but Dolan is going to gather.
To break back the other way again.
Yeah, a bit of space to work with John Dolan. Looking to cut in off that right wing.
Set up.
Yes, that's what he's looking for. Finds McBean. Again, he's taking his time before thinking of his options. Dolan now winds one up, fires, glove save.
Good save.
It came out the top of his glove, but he certainly got something to it. I thought he held on for a second there. It's still in play. McBean once again. He needs somebody on the point here, and he'll find Geddes. With this claiming it across the line, it hadn't. McBean.
Good catch.
Comes to the cross, yeah, good interception clearance. Wilder used the opportunity to change it up with just over 35 seconds left of this Comets power play. They had a prolonged session in the zone as Simpson carries it in. The swipes at his legs on the way through as well. Rumgay fires, there's traffic. Ireland trying to screen as well, but still with the Comets in the zone. Shot from distance, kick save again by Walker, who's been outstanding. Gauchi behind the net. To Simpson on the right wing. Back to the point. Rumgay out wide left. Shot from distance. Again gathered in, got his full body behind it. With a second left on this Comets power play.
Good power play, the keeper stood up well.
Yeah, they certainly have. We'll get a face-off to the right of Walker's goal.
1 second left on the penalty.
Barlow is primed and ready to come out that box. 1 second to go, literally being puck drop and he'll be free. No, he's not come out. Yes, he was half asleep there. He was watching the action, but not the clock.
I don't think he was watching the clock.
No, he was watching what his teammates were doing on the ice rather than the clock. And I think maybe the guy in the box had to remind him, you can go now.
And the last 4 minutes, it's still could go either way.
Is there going to be a winner for either side to take into tomorrow evening's contest?
Well picked off. Good forecheck from Joe Gauchi.
It certainly was, yeah. That was picked off by Bez Hughes.
Yeah, nice pick off in mid-air.
Yeah, this is opening corner for it. Shot from distance. Took a deflection off maybe Wilcox's sticking away while trying to get it clear. Gathered by Simpson with just over 3.5 minutes left in this first leg. Fun on the initial effort there, Ireland, but carried back in. Really good defensive work from him. Back to Ireland on the left wing. Cut back to Simpson. Wilcox. Get it clear.
Bad bounce off the boards.
It really was on. The shot come through, but just flashed wide. Yeah, it was a real wild deflection off the.
Come off the joint. The joint
I think
in the
it
glass.
was. Yeah, it's exactly what it looked like. Just over 3 minutes left now. Wilcox off the boards. Dundee keeping the pressure on. Widnes here.
Keeping the pressure in their zone.
Yeah. Wilcox slips it forward. Gathered by Tommy. Oh, and he committed himself there, but Wilcox looking to find some space to shoot. Dolan, no, not allowing him to do so. Good defensive work from him.
Good defensive work from the wing.
as an offensive player, he certainly gets back and helps out. Here comes McBean trying to get around his man again. Good poke check by the defence of the Wild. McIntosh. Oh, and he's lost his foot in there.
Breaks to McBean, though.
Yeah, looking to cut inside, but good interception, I think, by the
number
goalie.
56, I think.
Yeah, Stubley.
Yeah.
But, once again, he was alert. Harrison Walker made the save with 2:10 remaining in this Cup Final first leg. It's such an open and attacking game in that first period.
Yeah.
Both sides, though, have really locked up, as it were, and not allowing either side a sniff at goal. And it is so close, you could get a cigarette paper through them.
Yeah.
2 minutes remaining in this
Both netminders have played a part in that as well. They both had a good game.
They certainly have, yeah. Scott comes off the back of Wilcox. He will take that lucky bounce that fell his way and clear. Out wide for Gilbert to chase on. Good hit by Brown. And a good hip check as well on the follow-up. Back with the Comets.
Slowing the play down.
Yeah, this experienced player knows what to do. With just under 90 seconds left now in this contest. Gathered by Beattie off the boards. Widnes will carry it in with Gilbert. He'll chase his tip in. Simpson will look to counter. Heads up play, looking for an option to Beattie. Soft by Greeley.
Chance to come the other way again.
Yeah. Back to the Wild. Gets the shot away. Come off the Wild rebound. And then back with the Comets, and with under 50 seconds left is time for one of these sides to get a winner. Still with the Comets and John Boland as he carries it in.
Still got it.
Yeah, Haggart sticking close to him, but Boland, who has years experience, he knows what he's doing out there. Good hit from Rumgay there on Volkanovs. Geddes gathers.
Last 20 seconds.
20 seconds to go, and vocal Widnes Wild support right next to us. Volkanovs cutting inside with 12 seconds to go. Comes clear.
That might just about see the clock out.
I think it's going to, yeah.
4 seconds. Yeah. There we go.
That will do it then for this first leg. It's going to end Dundee Comets 3, Widnes Wild 3. And, well, as predicted, nothing between the two sides at the end of 60 minutes. There's still 60 to go tomorrow, though.
And I think both sides would have taken that result and they've offered a bit at the start of the day.
Yeah.
To take it in again tomorrow. It's all decided in 3 periods.
Well, and as you said before, Ivor, about both teams kind of feeling themselves out at this minute, just seeing what everyone's like because they've never matched up before. And it's been to the benefit of to us both to call this game, and all sorts of reviewers, because any neutral fans I'm sure would have really enjoyed tonight's contest.
It was an entertaining game. Both ways, both netminders have a good game. Chances both ends. A few goals. Mostly in the first period, they seem to neutralise themselves a bit. Cancel each other out a little bit in the second, third, but no, they're both now familiar with each other, so it makes the game even better tomorrow.
It certainly will, yeah. Well, normally at this stage of a game, I ask my co-commentator who they think should be man of the match for both sides. So this one's on you, Ivor. Who do you think really stood out for both sides this evening?
I think it's hard not to give Walker it for Wild, and it'd be a tough call not to give the netminder on the other end that also. I mean, he's had a few cracking saves as well.
Yeah.
So probably the easy call, probably the chicken call, but yeah, I would say both netminders.
Well, you can't deny that the Comets threw everything at this Widnes Wild side, and Harrison Walker had a lot of answers to it. So I think that's a very good shout, that one. I can't really see anyone pass that. Like you said, Tony Tammy always gives the Comets a chance to win. Sorry, and again, you can't really argue for him, but. We shall certainly see when it's announced, so we will stay on air for that one. But a reminder then for all you who've tuned in, thank you for doing so. I do hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. I hope that I've certainly called it in a neutral, impartial way. And for those interested, you can watch this game back again in its entirety, but there shall also be some highlights hopefully going out this evening, so do please stick around for that. I'm sure there'll be some fans making the journey to Widnes tomorrow. If you were doing so, then please do give that a viewing. That will pass a couple of hours away, I'm sure. And for any players and fans making the trip home either this evening or tomorrow, we do hope you travel safely and enjoy the game tomorrow, which I'm sure is going to live up to being just as good as it was tonight. A reminder then that our colleagues at BASN, British American Sports Network, will be covering the game tomorrow evening, and they will be producing highlights on their Drop the Puck show, so look out for that later in the week, as that will be the highlights which will be bringing you the eventual cup champion, so I'm sure you'll want to see that. So again, we're just waiting for the announcement. There's a thank you to the fans for travelling. Harrison Walker gets man of the match. No real surprise there either.
No, I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Widnes Wild.
Very well deserved honour that for the youngster. And, I did have to check his age earlier. I'm amazed he's still as young as he is, because it seems like he's been around for years with the Blackburn Hawks.
That's why it impressed me tonight. He had a really good game.
Yeah. We wish the Wild a safe journey back home this evening. As they do a mini lap of honour and applaud their fans for following them and cheering them on.
The fans have been very good for them tonight. Nice vocal travelling support, made themselves heard.
Yeah, they have.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for the home team, your Dundee Comets. Man of the match.
Oh, now the Comets man of the match.
Number 8, Darren Donaldson.
Yeah, we give it to young Darren. He's tying goal, 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Tied up the game in the third goal.
Great to see young players like that getting rewarded. I think he'll be too young to drink the man of the match beers, but I'm sure his teammates will help him out.
Colleagues will help him with that.
I'm sure they will, yeah. And we also wish the Comets players and fans alike a safe journey, both going to and returning from Widnes tomorrow, and wish both sides all the best of luck for the second leg. Well, that just about brings a conclusion to tonight's broadcast. It's been an absolute pleasure calling this one for you, and as I said, please do tune in to catch the highlights of both games this weekend. I've been Adam Mackman, and joining me has been Ivor McBean. Ivor, thank you.
Well, thank you, and thanks to you and Matthew from Pyro for coming up and helping us stream it. I hope the guys watching at home who couldn't be here enjoyed the coverage.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. We do hope to return next season, hopefully. So once again, thank you for the Dundee Stars, the Dundee Comets even, for allowing us to broadcast this evening. And for all you watching back home, I do hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you and good night.